Anyways, uh, well, I had kind of a mega post yesterday with my sweet memes of talking about the Corteva split up. So, gosh, I suppose I could talk about that a little more than just a stupid fun meme. So I will. I reposted something earlier here today too on someone else's of consolidation has not been great for these seed input chemical companies, and yeah, that is fairly semi-accurate. I mean, clearly someone was going to do it. They did. I can't remember the first. It's probably DuPont when they bought Pioneer back in like, I don't know, 96 or 98 or something. Followed by, what was it, Monsanto with DeKalb, then Syngenta with NK seeds, and just kind of keeps trickling down. Makes sense. Oh, we got GMOs, genetics. Hey, tying that to chemistries makes perfect sense. Um, the problem though is it's it got like disconnected from what it is. You see all the great things, the technology and these advancements, chemicals and seed. They almost got away from being seed, you know, like the core tenet of agriculture. Chemical, not always been that way. So, you know, there's a buildup limit of how big you can get, and everyone was going for growth. And there's just a limit to where you can grow in ag due to regional niche needs, like weather, climate, all that fun stuff. Of course, their problem got into, you know, regulation and harm of people and things of that nature. And that's where, you see this divesting away from the thing that is the most risky. And what they'll do there or not, you know, it's hard to say. Is it being separated just to kind of wait for the lawsuits to happen? Or, are they going to slowly take those away and then buy a bunch of biological companies and consolidate those together? And then they'll merge that back into the seed again and everyone will be happy. You know, hard to say. Um, Either way, seed's going to get back to seed. Others are going to do this. Bayer's been, you know, thinking about it. We've all heard that. Now, the question there is, where will climate go? That'll go with the seed. It has to. It's only where it can survive. But then that brings the question, will these separations where the seed go, will it go back to ag tech and software and data and all that? Maybe. Uh, that'll be interesting. I almost think to a point they could get into more robotics play. The OEMs are, they've been dabbling, and while they can build all this stuff themselves really easily, they need a story to get the investors going. So maybe the separation of seed groups, they'll do the same thing, and they'll see the opportunity to grab robotics groups. Likely, though, I think they'll go biological space. Someone's got to buy all these biological groups and consolidate them. But I don't think it'll be the chemical companies, because they're going to have a bunch of legal worries, and probably, as they probably should, as most of these chemistries were kind of created and built up from companies that profited and from war, from genocide to a point. I think we can look back in the internet and find what we need out there. So, yeah, a lot of questions there. Of course, then ag is kind of in a weird spot right now. So, part of it is they're just doing it to de-risk, and then they'll bring them back together or something once the dust settles. Yeah, anyways, general thoughts for today. Overall, though, clearly the trend is going to grow here. The traditional chemistries are having a tougher time, but they're still a necessity, so they're not going to just die. they will just be more scrutinized. And, people and farmers are trying to find different methods. Can regenerative things help? Is there a balance? And that's what I think it's about. Really, in ag, if we want to survive and grow and prosper, we have to get out of this growth mentality, because growth mentality has got us more bushels than we know what to do with. It's made us have to reach levels that we really don't need to reach to. The whole food landscape's changing. So I think we really just need balance. We need companies that are good at what they do, where they're at. They're sustainable in their ways they are. They progress a little bit, technology and processes, to make everything better. But we got to get into a world of that, not growth, a world of balance. As the Jedi say, it's about weeding out darkness. Well, maybe all these old chemistries were the first part of darkness. So, live long and prosper. I know that's a Star Trek thing. But anyways, there's my Ag Tech dog walk for today on this lovely October 2nd day, which is hot as crap out. So harvest is good, but it's dry as shit. So hopefully the prices and crap gets figured out here. But